So you're seeing some of the old Austin go away with some of this new Austin. You know, what's interesting is one of the videos I just put out, a lot of people were complaining. It was the walkable video, right? They were all complaining about it's too expensive, it's not cheap, the crime's bad, and all of these things. People were really blowing up the comment section. If you look at this, and I got called a hobbit. It was a little strange to me. Like, okay, I guess. All right, real estate hobbit. There you go. Hashtag. What I still love about this area, even though there is all this growth, is as you're driving down the street, you still see the Capitol. But this whole video is about why that's kind of going away, because we're going to show you here in a minute all of the development that's right here off of South Congress that's going in. It's kind of really like take away some of the beauty of the downtown river. The building right behind me is about to be a 50-story building, and it's right next to Austin's waterfront. These are some of the things that are changing around the Austin area, and we're gonna find out if these are good things or bad things in this video. Jeremy at the Night Group, your favorite Austin realtor. Today we are at the riverfront, 118-acre area of downtown Austin that's changing drastically by the day. You know, I moved to Austin about 11 years ago, and all of the development you see around me was not here. When I moved here, it was like, oh, Austin's changing, Austin's growing, I don't like this. I feel like maybe I'm turning into that person. You tell me in the comment section what you think. But today, what I want to go through is talk about some of the developments that are going on right here. Now, right behind us is the Austin American Statesmen. And in a second, I'm going to actually show you and talk to you about that, how that's going to revitalize this area. I'm also going to show you some of the changes that are happening along South Congress. So this video is more about what's happening in the Austin area. Do you like all the density changes? Here we go. So this development behind me, this little 6-acre tract, this is about to change drastically. We'll talk about the Austin American Statesmen's building in a minute, but this is new information out. So I don't know if anybody's paid attention to the Nate Paul lawsuits, but this is one of the little lots that's right next to South Congress. In fact, in a minute, we're gonna drive around South Congress and show you some of the changes that are happening around South Congress. But this little 6-acre tract, this is all gonna be changing into a 50-story building. Here's some of the stats that they're gonna have here. So 50 stories, 575 feet tall, one of the tallest buildings. The Austin American Statesmen's building, which we'll talk about in a second, that's gonna be 47 stories. So this is gonna revolutionize and really change some of this area. In fact, I'm gonna show you right now just some of the buildings that are right here that have just shown up. So what's wild is that as we've grown here off South Congress, none of this, as a couple of years ago, none of this was here. So we got office space here, Sweet Green. I mean, look at this, Two Hands Coffee, this was not here. Look how busy that is. Look at all of these like kind of posh real estate that's all along South Congress. When it was first built, it was this like popular little area because it was funky, it was nice, like it was, is what you think of Austin. Now, there's still some of that funkiness in it, some of that funness. It's nice though. Look, Hop Daddy's is right there. That's kind of newer for the area. Perilla's is kind of historic a little bit, been here a while, but it's still amazing because you still have like cottages, like hotel cottages along this, which is that old feel, next to some of the new feel. And oh yeah, by the way, Joe's Coffee hit me up. Hey Joe's, if you want to sponsor any of my videos or maybe just give me one of those like Belgian bombers, shout out to one of your best coffee drinks, hit me up. But all of this has been infilled and backfilled. I mean, look, you have John Deere Tractors has space right here. John Deere Tractors has space right here. It's crazy. But what's really exciting, I guess, the pro and the con of all of this is you still get new Austin and old Austin. And all this development, it's, you tell me, is all of this new development, like the takeover here in South Congress, is it good or is it bad? I don't know. Obviously, I'm a realtor and people are gonna say, oh, you're just here to sell real estate. But I really do care about what's happening in Austin. That's why I make so much content about what's happening in Austin, what I do like, what I don't like, and then I leave it to you. So you tell me, all this growth that we just passed through on South Congress, is it worth it? So let's talk about some of the stats that are gonna go in this little 6-acre tract. This is not a very big tract, right? And so right here on the corner, this is what's gonna be here. They're gonna put in 800 residential units right here. It's a lot of units, right? Now, those are probably gonna be rentals. I don't think that those are gonna be condos that you can purchase. And that's kind of the crazy thing, is a lot of the stuff around here was affordable or deemed affordable is apartments. So 225 unit hotel on this space. That's a pretty big hotel for this little 6-acre tract. 200,000 square feet of office space right here. So they're also doing 90,000 square feet of retail space, 30,000 square feet of restaurant space. So what's crazy is all the restaurant space that's coming in and around the Austin area, all these new restaurants. In fact, in a minute, we're gonna drive down South Congress and show you some of the new restaurants there. And then they're doing 25,000 square foot grocery store, which I feel like we should just do grocery stores everywhere with the amount of people moving here. So that is what's proposed right here. Again, they're gonna have a pedestrian walkway that goes over the road here, so you don't have to walk across the road. But this is what is changing the landscape of Austin. It's this high density, really like close in stuff. And the question for this whole video is this good or not? You tell me in the comment section, because I feel like Austin is like going through this growth phase. And in the comments in a recent video I posted, everybody was really upset about how expensive Austin's gotten. Well, one of the comments I made was that Austin's rental prices have dropped a little bit. But a lot of people like the density and a lot of people don't like the density. But this density right here is literally right close to the riverfront. So that's gonna make the riverfront even more full of people running up and down the riverfront. In fact, let's go over and check out the riverfront. So when I'm talking about the changes that are happening along the riverfront, so you have all the riverfront right here. These buildings right here were parking lots. They weren't even anything before, green lots. Treadgills, which is right here, it used to be a really famous place. This is gonna be a building and it's very soon. All of this area is getting developed and they're bringing in tons of density. And in fact, that's what we're talking about today in this video, is the density that's getting built right along here. In fact, this area on Riverside is right where they're planning on having the light rail come through. So imagine that. It's gonna get even tighter. Like you're not even gonna be able to drive probably in the future down Riverside. All the downtown buildings are slowly migrating south. It's funny, is like I used to tell people all the development that was happening here in 78704 was starting to get pushed down into 78745. And so now you're seeing 78745, which is just south of here. So pretty interesting that all of this is gonna get developed like crazy. Lady Bird Lake and the riverfront is changing. Right behind me is the Austin American Statesmen. Now, this 19-acre site's been sold. They got approval already from City Council. So this is another thing that's really like changing the landscape of the riverfront. So behind me, what we're gonna see is almost 1,500 residential units being put here. You're also gonna see 1.5 million square feet of office space, a 275 room hotel, 150,000 square feet of retail and restaurant space across 6 towers. 6 towers facing the riverfront. Like, is that gonna be a good thing or a bad thing? Right over this way, you have the bats that fly out every night. And then right here, you're gonna have 6 towers with all of this space. This is gonna be a 47-story complex. Now, we just talked about how right over here is gonna be 50 stories. Imagine this, if you look on the other side of the river right now, it's tall building after tall building after tall building, it's construction after construction. That is what's gonna be on this side of the river as well. So the question is, for you, if you're either moving to Austin or maybe you live in Austin, you tell me in the comments, is putting in more retail space, putting in more density, putting in more residential units, is this good for Austin? That's the whole question of this video. You tell me in the comment section. Okay, we've run through the gauntlet of what's happening in the Austin area. You tell me in the comment section, is this development, are all these changes in Austin, are they good for Austin? Are they not? Make sure you subscribe. I'm gonna get back to the trail. We'll see ya.